Here's a card reader with read and write speeds of 3 GB per second. Yes, the new Angelbird Performance Card Reader CFExpress B is so fast that it replaces my on-the-go editing SSD. But let's dive into my tests. I've talked about this before and I'll talk about this again. As a filmmaker, you need very fast storage in your cameras as well as in your editing SSDs. Faster memory cards mean faster offloading, even if your camera doesn't support 12K raw footage or anything crazy like that. It will save you so much time at the end of a shooting day when everyone is just tired and needs to recharge. But even if you're aware of that, there's a good chance you're mainly looking at memory card speeds and not so much at the speed of your reader. Well, it turns out both of them are incredibly important to get the best results. Let me explain. USB 4.0 has arrived in storage media and USB cables, and it makes a huge difference in speed if all the involved components support it. Angelbird recently released their AV Pro SE CFexpress version 4 Type B card series in 512 GB, 1 TB, 2 TB, and 4 TB capacities, with a sticker performance of up to 3700 MB per second. Now, in order to access the full speed of these cards, you have to use a super fast reader too. And that's exactly where the new Angelbird Performance Card Reader CFexpress B comes in. In line with the new USB-C 4.0 standard, both the new cards and the new reader support up to 40 gigabits per second in transfer speeds. That's twice the speed of their existing PKT CFExpress B reader. After inserting the card, you'll notice a white LED light at the front if a USB 4.0 connection is active. If the LED is blue, it's only a USB 3.2 connection which supports only up to 20 gigabits per second. In this case, you have either a slower card or a slower cable. Now, talking about the cable, the performance reader ships with a USB-C 4.0 solid flex cable, which is very soft and flexible and comes with a braided fabric protection. And like other readers from the Angelbird lineup, it has a recessed connection point for the solid flex cable called Solid Connect, which does a really good job preventing accidental unplugging and generally too much wear and tear. Now, in order to try out what the theoretical USB 4.0 speed means in practical terms, I put it up next to other readers I found at our studio. The SanDisk Professional Pro reader, 2 different OWC readers, and an older Angelbird CFExpress B reader. And to make sure that the cable wasn't the bottleneck, I used a Thunderbolt 4 compatible cable on all the old readers and the supplied USB 4 cable with the new Angelbird Performance Card Reader Type B. Now let's start with the new Angelbird Performance Card Reader. First of all, I used it to edit a few videos directly off a card, basically using the memory card as an SSD. Now, I wouldn't recommend editing original camera footage directly off a card if that is your only copy, obviously. But let's say you have a camera that offers dual slot recording with 2 CFExpress B slots. You can definitely immediately start editing after you're done shooting, because it's your second copy. For fast turnaround situations, this is certainly a good way to go. Even before measuring, I immediately noticed how snappy editing felt when using a 2 TB AV Pro SE CFexpress version 4 Type B card inside the performance card reader. Now, you all know that split second you often have to wait for something to move in your 4K timeline when you move the cursor around, right? That was totally missing from that experience. Any playback seemed totally instantaneous. After that, I fired up the Blackmagic Disk Speed test app to find out some raw read and write speeds of the reader together with the card. And I think it's safe to say that I have never seen any combined card and card reader performance like that before. The Angelbird Performance Card Reader CFExpress B combined with the 2 TB AV Pro SE CFexpress version 4 Type B card consistently got both write and read speeds of around 3000 megabytes per second. That is consistently 3 gigabytes per second for both read and write. Wow! As a practical example, that means that I was able to transfer 24 gigabytes to the card in the reader in less than 5 seconds. Simply staggering. Let's compare with the other readers using the same new card. Mind you, none of those readers support USB 4, so lower speeds were to be expected. However, I was amazed how much lower they really were. The older Angelbird Type B reader, the SanDisk Professional reader, and the older OWC reader stayed just below 1000 megabytes or 1 gigabyte per second. That's only a third of the performance that the same card can do using the new performance card reader. The more compact and newer OWC reader had slightly higher read speeds at 1500 megabytes per second, but really bad write speeds at 350 megabytes per second. So you can see that the combination of the V4 CFExpress card with the V4 performance reader from Angelbird really impressed me with its performance. After I saw the results, I decided to also run a speed test comparison with the fastest mobile SSD I found at the studio, a GIGABYTES Pro SSD from SanDisk Professional. This is a Thunderbolt 3 device, and I connected it with a Thunderbolt 4 cable, and we ended up with 2000 megabytes per second write speed and 2500 megabytes per second read speed. That is still considerably below the 3000 megabytes per second read and write speeds of the Angelbird Performance card reader with a V4 CFExpress Type B card. When working with the performance reader as an editing drive, I noticed that it's actively cooled. There is a small fan built into the reader that kicks in when the card gets too hot, in order to prevent overheating and thermal throttling, which would of course be a total deal breaker. Angelbird calls this active cooling system Solid Cool, and it guarantees top performance even under heavy use. I really never noticed any dropouts or slowdown. The noise of the fan is noticeable but not disturbing as it's so small. I think this little noise is a small compromise to make to still be able to access the full speed of the reader and card at all times. Now, admittedly, that amazing performance comes at a price. A 1TB AV Pro SE CFExpress B card from Angelbird currently costs around $300 or euros plus tax, and the Performance CFExpress B reader costs around $250 or euros plus tax. But what you'll gain is an incredible time saver both on set and in the edit, due to the enormous speed you can access and transfer your data with now. This is my new editing solution on the go, and it replaces traditional SSDs, which generally seem to provide lower read and write speeds. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and stay tuned to CineD.com for more reviews like this one. Don't forget to download our new CineD app from the Apple iOS store and also the Google Play Store. It's now available for free, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and leave a comment if you like. See you next time.